accident, a co-host, which was not what I intended to do. So my apologies, y'all. All right, so here we go. We are talking about all things cruises. It's our Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time Q&A session where we talk all things cruises. So right now we are diving into how to save the most money when booking your cruise. I just answered some other questions about some cruises that I've been on and cruises that are up and coming, right? And so, one of our up and coming cruises, we do have a few lines. There is a competition going, so this might help some of y'all out. But we do have a Royal, a Carnival, a Celebrity cruise up and coming, all within a couple of carnivals, actually, all within the next 6 weeks. And so, yes, we are answering all your questions about cruising through our normal weekly Tuesday lives. Again, so many of you post in comments your various questions, and while I'm more than happy to answer those, I do my best to go ahead and jot your questions down and make sure to address them in live. So we already talked about some things about which cruise line can you bring drinks on. We talked about booking your cruise outside of booking your excursions, I'm sorry, outside of the cruise line. How do you save money? What's the best way to do that? And so now we are diving into just some of the ways that you can save money when booking a cruise. So, number one way, book 6 to 12 months in advance. I know it used to be the day where we would, book 90 days before and it'd be like, oh, we're going to get a discount for booking 90 days before. Not, no longer happening, guys. That's out the window. The way the cruise industry is now, if you guys don't know, cruises is one of the top ways of vacationing and travel. So people are booking way in advance. Prices are increasing the closer you get to the cruise versus how it used to be where you can wait and then prices will reduce. So tip, best deals tend to come 6 to 12 months in advance, especially for your popular routes. If you're not doing 6 to 12 months in advance and it's not summer, Christmas, New Year, or spring break, those are the busiest time. Again, summer, Christmas, New Year's, and spring break, then you might be able to get a good deal under that 30-day mark. But ideally, we want you to book 6 to 12 months in advance. Here's the thing, guys. When you do book early, you are not in a deficit. If the price goes down and you have a good travel agent, like me, your cruise advisor, we are constantly checking that price. So if there is a price adjustment, we are going to request a price adjustment. They either will refund it directly to you to the method of payment, or what they will also do is they will go ahead and come in and give you the onboard credit so you can apply it towards your gratuities, excursions, or things of that sort. Okay. All right. The next thing about booking a cruise and saving money is the be flexible with your dates if you can. Now, even when you fill out my cruise quote form, I do ask, what are your preferred dates? But then my very next question is, are you flexible with those dates? And the whole reason why I ask is because, guys, literally from one week to the next, it could be a $600, $500, $300 difference on that very same cruise. So if you're flexible with your dates, that definitely helps us ensure that we can get you the best saving. Um, if you're looking for some international cruises or even like off-season cruise, I would say consider what we call repositioning cruises. Those cruises, hey there, those cruises are cruises that are going from one destination and moving to another destination. So, for example, Quantum of the Seas is in Los Angeles. It's moving back out of the country. And so there's going to be a one-way cruise in which you would leave from Los Angeles, but and I'm not saying this is the right location because I don't remember the destination, but let's say it was Tokyo, then you would fly from Tokyo back. And so those are some great ways to do some international travel at a discounted rate or get on that cruise that you want to jump on. Another thing is watch for the perks, guys. You know, a lot of my videos, I talk about I cruise at a very cost efficient rate because I don't sign up for everything. Like I just don't do all the perks, guys. You guys have seen my videos about how I feel about beverages. Do it all the time. The same thing I'm drinking at home. All right. Wi-Fi. Now I do get Wi-Fi because Isaiah and I both work remote, right? So he's working and I'm working for y'all. So we do get the Wi-Fi. That is a necessity for us. Gratuities are generally included. Previously in live, I did talk about this. Yes, most cruise lines, you can have gratuities removed. It is not preferred because they all do, of course, they work hard for their money, right? But let's say you have an issue, or let's say you're like, hey, I want a heavy cash tip. Yes, you can request to have gratuities removed. The only cruise line so far off the top of my head that you cannot is Margaritaville. Onboard credit, we want to try and get you onboard credit. When we're booking, we are working with our relationships to try and get you the best deals, onboard credit, and so forth. All right, I'm going to take a moment here. So, again, welcome to our Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's Talk Cruises with She Sells Travel. Yep, that's me, Nicole. All right, and so I see a couple of questions here. Looks like we have a first time cruiser. How will I know which ship is actually my ship to board without confusion? Believe it or not, it's going to be laid out for you. So these ships are very detailed in their organization and planning. Even if you go to, let's say you're leaving from Miami, right? Although there's multiple ships that leave from Miami, your boarding dock is going to be very specific to your ship. So that's one way. Two, when you pull up, there are porters there. There are people giving instructions for where to park, where to pull in. And they specifically will say, hey, are you here for this cruise, right? They'll say the ship. And so they'll actually direct you the best way too. The other thing to make note of is there's signs everywhere. And it's not confusing. Mind you, these are large ships, right? So they are pretty far apart, even when you consider like, oh, it says Dock D. Like it is far apart. You are not going to miss seeing the ship that you're getting on. And that's one of the cool things is when you pull up, like get that full picture of the ship and the whole experience. So if you did not catch what I said previously on our live, I am doing a series of cruises, y'all. Between now and June, I'm barely home. Okay. So we have a mix. I won't say exactly which cruise and which order it is. I'm gonna mix it all up, y'all, because we do have promos going right now. We do have a promo for 2 winners that can guess the correct cruise line and private island that we're going to. We are giving a $50 Amazon e-gift card for 2 winners. This upcoming cruise, I'm not telling you where, but go ahead and check out our previous post. You can make your entries in there. But we do have, so we have a few, I have a few guys, a few Carnival cruises coming up. We have a celebrity cruise coming up. We have a Royal Caribbean cruise coming up, and all of them include some private islands, which are cruise line destinations that are included with your cruise that I will be doing live and video recap to show you. So, all right, as we continue through the questions, oh, hold on here. Let me make sure I'm getting through them for y'all. Okay. Yes. All right. Awesome. So, like I said, if you want to save money on the cruises, yes, you want to avoid paying extra for things that you may deem unnecessary. Now, listen, I say it all the time. If you listen to my beverage videos and all the things, like if you want to get the drink package, get it. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I'm saying for the amount that I cruise, I choose not to get the drink package. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Veronica. I appreciate your compliments and your love. Y'all are sending coins and hearts and love. And I appreciate it all. I love what I get to do with you. All right. So another question that was asked is, how do I pay you? I mean, you can always just send me money. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So this is a question I get asked so often. Okay. So often is like when you work with I'm specifically a cruise advisor or travel agent, right? When you work with us, how much do we charge? Everyone is different. Everyone is different. There are some travel agents that charge you an upfront fee just to even search for your options. The way I work is you can fill out our cruise quote form. I do all the work in booking your cruise, setting the cruise, and I don't charge you nothing. I get my money directly from the supplier. So the supplier pays me an amount that they already have included that's not costing you anything extra for me to manage your booking and set you up for your cruise. All right. And so, how else to save money? This is super important when we're talking cruises. I'm a deep breath on this. This is super important. Okay. Choose your cabin wisely. Guys, If you've never been on a cruise, let me break down the three cabin types. And these are the three standard, right? So you either have an interior cabin that pretty much is like your four walls with no window. It's not prison, but it is your four walls. You don't have a window necessarily giving you a view. But guys, I've stayed in interior rooms often. Interior are going to be your cheapest rooms 9 times out of 10, unless there is some special offer where maybe the cruise line like booked out all their interior rooms and they only have an ocean view available. You are going to get the cheapest rate with an interior room. Now, some people don't like it. If you're prone to seasickness, if you like to like have to see outside, if you're doing an extended time cruise, like anything like 5 days or more, I don't want an interior room. Okay. But otherwise, a quick 3 day or so forth, I'm fine with an interior room. It's okay. The other thing is consider how much are you actually going to be in the room. When we cruise, we're enjoying all the activities. I'm enjoying the private island. I am enjoying, excuse me, I am enjoying the aspect of all the things happening on the ship, the entertainment, the shows, the food, all of that. So, since I'm in all that, I'm not so particular on having an interior ocean view balcony. Not a big deal. Again, for short term cruises. I consider short term cruises typically between your 3 to 5 night cruises. Anything 5 nights or more, I definitely would recommend our next category, which would be to at least have an ocean view. Being able to just see out and not feel like you're confined can be helpful. An ocean view typically is good middle ground of if you're looking for a cruise, you're looking for a booking or a room that's pretty cost efficient. So it's not like too high, but you also are like, I don't know if I want the interior, then an ocean view is ideal. The next step up is obviously your balcony. That's going to be one of your nicer cruise cabins. There's like balconies, and then we start talking about suites and things of that sort. But standard wise, your balcony, some feel like it's often not worth the price. Why? Because if you're not somebody who's in your room and really going to utilize a balcony, it's not going to benefit you. Yeah, I have been that person. Okay. So I have had it where I booked a balcony room and I never went out on that balcony. Never. Now, your girl definitely does like to like have breakfast on the balcony. If I have a balcony, that is the like feature prime point of having a balcony is to go out there, enjoy breakfast, take my book or whatever on the balcony. I have booked like a 3 night cruise where, and I actually didn't book the balcony. It was one of the things that like, oh, here's an upgrade, right? And so I had that balcony, but I didn't use it. So again, consider the time frame of your cruise. Consider how often you'll be like actually in the room. If it's a longer extended cruise, get a balcony. If you're someone who likes to be able to get fresh air, get a balcony. When we cruise, often, especially when Isaiah's cruising and it's like a long-term cruise and he's cruising with me and he's going to be working from the ship, meaning he's going to be sitting there taking all his conference calls, we definitely like to do a balcony. He just likes the ability to like have an open view and it just kind of creates a better experience when you're working on a ship for 8 to 10 hours a day. All right. So those are things to consider. Also, track prices. That's what us travel agents do for you. So, for example, once a week, I actually go in and I check all the pricing for all of my clients. I probably spend about a good 2, 3 hours just going through, checking to see if there's updated specials, if there's updated pricings, if I can save them any money. And then I'll reach out to the cruise line to do what we call a price adjustment or a rebooking. The other thing is, I have gotten this question numerous times. Do old ships make a difference? Okay. Now, old ships typically have the more cost efficient rates. That doesn't make them bad. Old ships often are refurbished, they're still clean, they have some of the same values. If you're not someone that needs or wants like new features such as the theater in the cruise or like water slides or roller coaster, then the older ships can be very enjoyable. When we first started cruising with the family, my kids' very first cruise was on an older ship that didn't have all the bells and whistles. Like y'all had one water slide, it had like a playground area, but it still had like the kids' room and stuff. They loved it. So when we upgraded and started doing cruises that maybe had like the roller coasters, or had like, if you guys recently seen Quantum of the Seas, which I'm like is the number one cruise ship I would put a family on. I absolutely adored it. It was phenomenal. Each one of us loved it. But there's like laser tag, there's roller skating, bumper cars, all these things are happening on this ship. So when we upgraded them, it was like, oh, this is cool, but we already know we like a cruise either way, whether it's an older ship that doesn't have all the bells and whistles, or yay, it has all the bells and whistles. An older ship does not mean bad. You make the best of the experience, and you need to know what exactly you're looking for. If you're going and this is like, hey, a teen birthday cruise, then yeah, we might want something newer that's going to feature some added features for them and activities. If you're just looking at, hey, we're going to take some time away as a family and enjoy, an older ship can be great. The thing that you need to look at is your destinations. So often we see people book cruises because they book simply off a price, and then they look at the destination and they're disappointed. Or I can look at the destination, and because I am in this world 24/7, I happen to know those destinations, maybe that destination during this type of month has a high chance of, yes, your port being canceled. What do I mean by port being canceled? There are times on your cruise where, yes, you may have a port stop scheduled, but weather, wind, size of ship, anchor style could affect you from potentially not being able to stop at that port. And so that's another reason why, again, I mean, y'all, I can't say it enough. Like, I recommend that you work with somebody like me who can help you through the process of ensuring that, like, you have less likelihood of things like such. Again, I can't guarantee, like, there's no way for me to guarantee and say, hey, you're definitely going to get on your port, but definitely can be on the lookout for you. All right. Okay, so we've answered quite a few questions. It looks like it is 7:32. I try and keep these lives down to 30 minutes, 45 minutes for you. If you have any additional questions, I would say go ahead and plug it now. I will do my best to answer. As always, if I don't get a chance to answer on our lives, I am either going to post a video answering questions, which is why you want to be subscribed, because as people are asking questions, it may be a question you don't even know to ask. I am answering it in our videos, or I will definitely answer questions on the live. So, as always, I love y'all. Thank you for the continuous hearts, love, coins, all the things you guys do to just show love and appreciation. I appreciate you. I'm going to answer one more question that we had here. Best, well, what is the best strategy to book your cruise? Okay. I think I kind of went through that. So, best strategy is one, if you complete any of our cruise request booking form, whether it's for like a honeymoon cruise, a family cruise, whatever, you notice that the main questions we ask is like, hey, what's your budget? I want to know. If you're like, hey, I could cruise and I got $500, I need to know that, right? Because guess what? It happens. Yes, it happens. We can book cruises at very low rates like that. Now, don't come in and tell me you want like a 14-day cruise for 500. Like, let's be real, okay? Secondly, we need to know what is your ideal destinations. Like, if you have something that makes or break you going on a cruise based on destination, we need to know. I can't tell you how many times it's happened where I like get a cruise quote. They're like, oh, I just want to take a cruise. I pull up all these like locations. They're like, oh, by the way, I don't want to go to this country. That's okay. But let us know on our cruise quote form, because it helps us ensure that we're finding what you want. Our goal is to give you the dream cruise that you're looking for on your next cruise adventure. The other thing is, like I said previously on our live, travel dates are super important. If you're flexible with dates, we have more flexibility with pricing. So a lot of times I get people that reach out and they're like, hey, I want to cruise anytime in November and December. I look at the best rates throughout that time. And again, it can make a difference. 1 week can make a $500, $600, $800 difference. Okay. So be flexible with your times. Again, as always, thank you for tuning in to She Sells Travel. I am always so grateful that I get to do what I do and lead you along the way for your next cruise adventure. If you have any additional questions, we always say you can comment them in any of our channels, whether it's on TikTok, our YouTube, our Instagram, our Facebook, And if you're not a part of our Facebook group, you really need to be there. The content is not the same, guys. So, once again, content is not the same. What we post in our Facebook group is totally different than what you will see on our general She Sells Travel. So, I highly advise that you check us out for our Facebook group. That's where I tend to post special deals that I find. I'm looking at cruises all day long. I am helping people like book their cruise. And so, you can go to our Facebook group, which is Cruise Deals, Tips, and Insider Perks. She Sells Travel. And on that Facebook group is where I am posting the various cruise deals and so forth that I find. All right. Besides that, thank you for giving me the opportunity to answer your questions. Again, thanks for all the hearts, the love, the fans. I appreciate it. We will be back on next Tuesday, and I'll be coming back from a cruise. So, I have a lot to talk about then. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. All right. I actually am, before I close out our YouTube, I do see, and I'm still here on TikTok with y'all too. I do see a question again for the name of the Facebook group. I will post the link here in our YouTube. But again, the name of the Facebook group is, I should know it, Cruise Deals. Oh goodness, guys. All right. So yes. So it is cruise deals, tips and insider perks with She Sells Travel. But again, I posted the link there in the YouTube for you so that you can pull it directly from YouTube. I will do the same on TikTok. All right.